have in my hand a paper that we received from a bank where we had some, a pretty substantial amount of money in the bank, and I did not know banks could do this. And I'm going to read parts of the letter, but I'm also going to share this with you in case you get the letter. And then I'm going to tell you something very amazing at the end of this. So I've called this, Can a Bank Seize Your Money? Now, I'm not going to name the bank. It's a very good bank, and we have many friends, and we've been doing business with this bank for probably, since it's been in existence, for 30 years or so. So in our ministry, though, we have several accounts because for our bookkeeping purposes, and for the times that we have, and we have had independent audits, we have those made to make sure everything is proper, correct. Just had one finished recently. So it's easier to separate these funds and write checks from them. We have the Samaritan Fund, the World Missions Fund, the OCI Ranch Fund, the Voice of Evangelism Fund, and a number of funds. And also, because I have 20 full-time workers, I'm responsible for 3 places of property. We just had one building that the heating units have gone down. It's going to cost us $80,000 to put new heating units in. This happens all the time. I'm telling you, VOE, OCI, ISO, it happens all the time. We're having to fix the buildings or repairs with roofs or whatever it might be. And so what we have is we have a couple accounts. We've set aside income for what we call an emergency fund. If a natural disaster would happen, for example, and it would shut down businesses, we would be able to help our workers who have worked so hard. Some of them have been with me for 20, 30, 35 years to sustain them during a crisis, all right? This was one of those funds. Now, I'm going to read the top of this letter. I'm not going to show you the letter, but again, this is something I did not know that could happen that you probably don't know that could happen. Here's the top of it. The state of Tennessee requires us to notify you that your property may be transferred to the custody of the state treasurer if you do not contact us, and then it gives the date that we need to contact. So this was sent about a month before what I'm about to show you could be transferred to the state treasurer of Tennessee. Dear Voice of Evangelism, and there's an introduction there. It gives us the amount, but it says date of last activity 4/15/2020. All right, now, so we're talking about now being in the year that we're in. At the time of this taping, it is July of 2023. So some of you will watch this 6 months from now, okay? Okay. The laws of the state of Tennessee require us that we attempt to contact, it names the bank, account owners when we have had no contact within a specific period. To help us meet this requirement, we ask you by the date they gave, August 15th, 2023, in one of the following ways. So they give us 5 things that we have to do. Now, here's the part that stunned me. I did not know this. Now, maybe, I'm sure this has been out there. It's probably in all 50 states. I did not know it because I have 3 bookkeepers, and they're just not bookkeepers because you can't believe the records we have to keep up with, the tax things we have to keep up with, everything. There's just so much going on that we have to have 3 bookkeepers. If we do not hear from you regarding this account by this date listed above, state law requires that we turn your account. Now, this is an official bank letter over to the state of Tennessee. Further, you may be required to pay certain costs if we send your account to the state. In other words, we're going to take your money out of our bank and turn it over to the state treasurer of the state of Tennessee. And then there'll be penalties for you trying to correct it. And I found out, I asked my bookkeeper, I said, what would we have to do? They said, well, it goes into, listen to this, unclaimed property. Your money goes into unclaimed property. And then you have to file with the state and you have to prove it's your money. So it's a lot of, so what we did, we called the bank. They said, yes, this is legit. My wife went down there and corrected it. And I'm not sure what they're doing with it, but they've got it corrected. So it's safe now. Now, there's a reason that I wanted to read this to you. One is I have been in ministry 47 years and I did not know that this could happen. My bookkeeper said that she had a personal account, and she just put it in an account. She had no activity of taking money in or out for a while, and she got one of these letters. Now, some of you may have gotten these letters before and took care of things. But here's what happens. First of all, some people would get this and think, oh, this is just a scam and throw it away. And then they have to go through the process, maybe some penalties or going to the state to prove it's their money, etc. But number two, there are millions of dollars, and I may do a YouTube video about this. There's millions of dollars in unclaimed property. Let me tell you what I did the other day. My office manager showed me that it's unclaimed property, unclaimed money. In other words, money, let's say someone had an account like this one, didn't do anything with it. They passed away, they get the letter, then nobody signs the letter, they take it to the state and it becomes unclaimed property and you have to go back and claim it. There are millions of dollars in unclaimed property. So I said, look up my name and so help me if there wasn't $86 for Perry Stone under unclaimed property. And I thought, I would have never known that. I mean, that's not a huge amount. That's a good tank of gas for a car or two, maybe one car with the prices. So the reason I wanted to share this with you, this is not an attack on the bank, this is just a state law, is one, I didn't know about it, and many of you may not know about it. So what they're saying is you have to have activity in that account over a period of time, or you should get one of these letters. Now, if you have two homes or if you've moved, you may think that the money's there, and if you didn't get the letter, didn't fill it out, and had no income, then that money, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that money may have already gone to unclaimed property, and you're gonna have to go back and claim it. Again, people pass away, and that's why there's so much money in many instances in these accounts. And sometimes what it is, I asked the guys, I said, what is this about? And they said, well, you may have paid a doctor bill and had money left over, and overpaid bills or something like that, and some of it can be a little amount. So if you get one of these letters, call your bank immediately and correct it, because I don't want anybody having to go to the hassle of their money being transferred out. So does the bank seize your money? Not really, as far as seizure, but can they take the money if you get one of these letters and transfer it to the state you're in? And that answer is yes. And so I wanted to share this with you because I honestly, there may be everybody out there watching that already knew this could happen. And I've been in ministry 4 to 7 years and been working with about 3 different banks and never knew this could happen. And so that's the first letter I think we've ever received. So it was taken care of. So I just want you to know, if you get one of these letters, take care of that business, okay? And you might be able to go to that, it's called unclaimed property, and look up your name or your family's name and see there may be money in there that you didn't even know you had. That would be a great blessing for some of you. So anyway, if you like the YouTube channel, I need you to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, because I want more people to see my teaching. And every time you give it a thumbs up, I don't know how they work this, but it goes into a computer algorithm and it keeps it up in front of people. And I appreciate that. We do want to share with you that we hope you'll get to some of our events in Cleveland. Go to perrystone.org to look that up, perrystone.org for our resources. And we always have something special that we make available afterwards. So keep watching. Thank you. Now you can hear the latest word on the last days that reveals details of where we are now and what and where major events will happen in the near future from the world's leading prophetic teachers. The 2023 Prophetic Summit is now available to everyone on 13 CDs or on 13 DVDs, and also available on an audio flash drive. Here are the speakers and their messages. Jonathan Cahn explained how the demon gods have returned. Lance Wallnau used a whiteboard and taught, this is about to change everything. And also the eye-opening message, heaven is about to do an earth invasion. Mark Biltz used Hebrew charts and pictures to illustrate his messages, called Connecting the Dots, and one called The Stunning Harbingers of Things to Come. Bill Cloud, a master of Hebrew, taught on the spirit of prophecy and the spirit of idolatry. He also revealed the secret of repairing the breach. Jimmy Evans took us on a fascinating journey from the 1800s to this present age, explaining the timeline of prophetic events. Now here's what I did. I used numerous scriptures and pictures to illustrate these 5 messages. Something I have missed concerning the pre-tribulation rapture. The next message was called The Secret of the Wedding and the Marriage of the King. You will also hear in this series the fascinating revelation from the book of Daniel, called the Future Millennial Events and the first 75 days when Jesus rules on earth. You will also discover amazing details when Christ returns to earth in the message, White Lightning, the King Messiah, and his battle map. In my 5th message, discover the 4 biggest things that will happen just before the rapture of the church. Now, you will enjoy 13 hours, imagine that, 13 hours of dynamic prophetic teaching that will leave you encouraged, excited, and informed about the last days. The CD album is $65, and the offer number for that is 23PS-CD. The DVD album is $95, and that offer number is 23PS-DVD. Now, the DVDs will have all the pictures and the PowerPoints and the scriptures that were on the screens. Don't forget that. The audio flash drive is also available for $65 by requesting it and using offer number 23PS-USB. You can call toll-free at 1-888-21-BREAD or order online at our website at perrystone.org, or send the offer number and send us a note with the check to Perry Stone Ministries, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320. I can guarantee you this. This is going to be the best prophetic series in the 47-year history of our ministry. You will be prepared, you will be informed, you will know the times and seasons, and you will know what to do. So go ahead and order the 13 CDs or the DVD album or the 13 messages that are on the audio flash drive, and do it today. God bless you.
If you enjoyed this YouTube content, there's an important website you should know about: perrystone.org. Perrystone.org is an essential resource for the latest books, audiovisual presentations, and digital products from Perry Stone Ministries. Resources that cover the same kinds of topics discussed in the program you just watched. Stop in and see all that's available at perrystone.org.